Everybody is here gathered for one reason, as everybody knows, that it's for our dearest Mr. Koshy Thomas. So the community knows him very well so far from his last 27 plus years of community service. So this is the time for us to give back to our dear Mr. Koshy Thomas. So he is now running for the councilman of District 23 of New York City. So this is a great auspicious moment for everybody from our community per se, because it has never been any Indian being a councilman of New York City. So if we run and have Koshy won this election, that is going to create a history. Like as our dearest Honorable Senator Kevin Thomas made his run and become the history of New York State Senate, like we have an opportunity for him, Mr. Koshy Thomas. He was an advocate back in India, and he is very much eligible to run for this candidacy of District 23 councilman. And this District 23 is no more than this neighborhood which is familiar for all of us, which is the Belrose, Floral Park, Glen Oaks, or this area. And this is the time for us to come in front and act for our community, for our dearest Koshy woman. So I personally and officially welcome each and every person who has gathered here, even in the forecasted weather, which is the, what is that, the thunderstorm, or not thunderstorm, the stormy weather coming up. But still, you know, I really wanted to thank each and every one on behalf of our candidate, Mr. Koshy for your effort, time, and your willingness to come over here in this moment and to support and to help our dearest Koshy Thomas. So at this moment, I invite Koshy to talk a few words, and then we can start the meeting running, right?
Sure. It's really an honor, an auspicious evening, and a milestone in my life. little bit about me. I actually born in Kerala, brought up in Madras, and luckily I used to travel from Kerala to, Madras, and right from my childhood, every vacation I used to come, and then I got an opportunity to see both side politics, and it has attracted me, knowingly or unknowingly. I got acquainted with a lot of leaders in Kerala as well as leaders in Tamil Nadu. Now, when you talk about Tamil Nadu, I'm a super minority there, and going into an election, it's unbelievable, or you cannot even think that you can win. Still, there are a couple of our friends, Malayali friends, they made some history, but it's because they were part of that community. Like you all know, MGR. Fortunately, I got an opportunity to meet him, and his buddy was my classmate in the law school, and then a couple of other classmates in law school. A couple of them are still sitting ministers in Tamil Nadu. And then in Kerala, we all have access, and Indian origin, and especially Kerala and Tamil Nadu, we have almost 100% literacy. We all read and we follow things, and we try to make things to the most accurate way. It's not just for us, because if something we can do for others, that's where even today our youngsters in India or even here, they jump in to serve the community. So when I came over here in '93, I was living right in front of a senator, state senator, Frank Paddock. I don't know much about, senator, and, back home, when you say a senator or, equivalent MP or MLC or MLA, they will have a group of people, followers, and it's actually a very, what I can say, high lifestyle. But here I see the simplicity of elected officials. Frank Paddock used to just walk into my home, even though I was nothing, he walked around that block sometime. But one thing I didn't get attracted to him, it's because he was Republican. Even while I was back home, I used to watch news, and Bill Clinton and JFK, came into our favorite leaders, and that way, even though Padawan is standing right in front of me, he didn't attract me. But in '98, when one of my friends, a Bangladeshi friend, Moshid Alam, you know Moshid Alam, when he ran for state senate, without knowing anything, I just go around with him and I started doing whatever, So starting from there, from Padawan to J.D. Thakral, to Stanley Kalathara, to Veprin, to Barry, then recently with our friend Mr. Kevin Thomas, and then Laura Curran, Tom Saucy. You name any elected leaders in this neighborhood, like you all have access, you all do whatever you can. The same way, I also did my part. And long time ago, people were saying, Koshy, you are very active, doing so many things for the community. If you can gather people together, we can bring so many benefits to the community. Because there's a lot of benefits available. We know a little bit now, but before that, we didn't know anything. So that I had that in mind. And then I recently found out the current city council member, Mr. Barry Brunenchi, is a very good friend of us. He is with the community all the time. There's nothing wrong, no negative about him. I like him very much. But he's retiring. So when he's retiring, I heard so many other people running. They want to file petitions and things like that. And then a couple of people called me. If those guys who are not in this neighborhood, we have not seen them anywhere, when they can file a petition, why don't you? This is what the question came up. So I said, okay, maybe it's possible. Then I was a campaign treasurer for Stanley Kalatara. I was actually campaign coordinator for J.D. Takral. I was a liaison with what is his name, Moshid Aram. Then Dilip Nath. Then you all know. We all did. We were all part of it. So the opportunity has come, and I think we have a winning ratio. So for this effort to bring things together, put the energy together, I'm really honored. I'm really honored for all the leaders, being present here. Even though it's a small group, but I understand that you're all representing different associations. I actually approached certain associations. They said, because of the 4501c, we may not be able to come out as an association, but our leaders will be there. So I'm really thankful. I welcome you all. Thank you for this support we're going to build up. For the past 2 months, I have been, talking to people because of the COVID. We could not assemble, a little more earlier. But nothing is late. We have caught up. I've been talking to almost 2,000 friends in WhatsApp. They all have extended their support. I spoke to a lot of leaders, a lot of elected officials, and some elected officials, they may not be able to come out openly, but when the time comes, they will come out. So District 23, a little bit about District 23, it's actually 55% of the registered Democrats are Indian or Asian Americans, 55%. And the rest of the community is sharing equally, and which is good for us because there is 3 white American voters, candidates, 1 Spanish candidate, 1 Chinese, 4 Punjabis, and and only 1 Indian from Delhi to Madras. That's me. Isn't that a good chance? Yeah. So anybody going to the polling booth, they're going to say, especially if they are talking about the Indian community, they're going to say 4 Punjabis. Am I going to waste my vote for the 4 Punjabis, even though Punjabis are our friends and Punjabi leaders? They're going to really come out. I spoke to a couple of Punjabi leaders. They are 100% with me because they know this ratio. Instead of wasting their votes to the 4 Punjabis, they would rather come to me, where I've been a part of Punjabi, Delhi, Andhra, Karnataka, and luckily I speak a couple of languages where sometimes when I cannot talk through languages, I go with sign languages and I can still talk. So those are the what I can say, the learner talents we have. So with that, I think we have a very good chance. Now, the winning number, if you look at the past records, in the primary election, not many people come out. In the primary election, nobody knows because only people who keenly watch politics will know. People who don't watch too much into the politics, they only know the general election. And even general election, if it is a state election, people may not know. So that's the only task we have to, and if we can bring out 3,000 votes, we are definitely winning. Just 3,000 votes. Now, where do we get this 3,000 votes? Floral Park, Belrose, Glenos. We know the fact that at least 10,000 of our friends live in this neighborhood, and most of them speak our language. We can easily communicate with them. So out of 10,000, if 3,000 come out, we can very well say we are winning. Okay, now winning, yes. What is in there if we are winning? There are plenty of benefits coming to the community. Okay, so far, all these years, we have contributed to so many candidates, and when they got elected, they come out and help us out within a small circle. They cannot come more than that because they have to take care of their community, their demand, and more the the more they know you know about the candidates, you have more access. Now, look at, fortunately, by God's grace, our friend, our brother, one among us, Kevin Thomas. The moment he got elected, see the amount of work he has, or see the amount of achievements he has brought to the community. First of all, the pride. Okay, Kevin is my, known friend. I mean, we don't have to say brother, but I'm saying even if we say very little about Kevin, that brings, because let's say a professional doctor, okay, if he is good and somebody see you as an Indian, they say, you know what, my doctor is an Indian, so I respect and love you the same way. The same thing. When Kevin got in, there's so many things, we all know, okay, and he's still working on it, and there are more things, and Kevin is a really talented person. Even before, getting into an elected position, he volunteered himself. With his qualification, he would have definitely got minimum of $500,000 income without any problem. 500,000. Yesterday I spoke to one of my friends. He's just a real estate attorney. We were just chatting, and I told him, listen, in your neighborhood, maybe you should run. I said, and he said, for what? I'm already making $600,000. Why I should lose that and come over that and do that? So the same thing, Kevin had that kind of financial, what I can say, benefits. He quit all that, he just came out to serve the community. From Long Island to Bronx, he traveled. Okay? When he traveled all alone, nobody knew. Nobody knew who was Kevin Thomas. And he didn't want anybody to know, but his ultimate aim was to serve the community, help the needy, especially the students and credit card, and all the, we all know that. But what I'm saying is, it's a pride for us, a satisfaction. One among of us, our brother, when he walks into the Albany main office, sitting with the governor, it's a pride for me. It's him sitting there, I'm sitting there. When I'm sitting there, you all are there. You can call Kevin directly or through his office, and there are a lot of things getting done. So likewise, there are a lot of things we can achieve in New York City. New York City is the 11th biggest or the largest budget, financial budget proposed city, or even, they execute 11, it's like $1 billion budget they come on. So for our community, so far, I didn't see, I'm active in the community, I didn't see anything came out for our community. We had a proposal, but that proposal, it stuck, and it's still there for 10 years now. Okay, even though somebody gave it for free, a senator gave it for free, still we are not able to execute it or bring it up or build it up or bring the benefits to the community. It didn't happen. It's not happening because there's a lot of obstacles. But if one among us are there, we can very well fight, we can claim, and we can get there. So there's a lot of things we can bring in. This is just a beginning, and then it's also a benefit to our youngsters, because when we take the first step, our younger generation, if they are interested, there's plenty of opportunity. Now, one thing I want to definitely say is, the first day when Kevin took oath of office, he said, my main agenda or my main motto is to bring our encouraged or enthusiastic youngsters, to bring them into the front line, so that certain things we may not be able to do, but so many things they can do. That's the same idea. Everybody, generations, they all said, younger generation can achieve. So now it's our turn, but with this turn, we're going to pass on the baton, to our younger generation. So this is the gist. This is the very brief, ideas or plans I have. There are a lot many other things we have to do, and with your all support, I'm very sure. When Kevin started, I have to say this, when Kevin started, only 2 people were there with him. One was Biju and one was Ajit. Just these 2 people. Okay. Then I joined, and then Leelamaji came, and then then everybody came. We all put our hands together. Okay. So you might think, okay, this is something. How is this going to be possible? It is possible. If we set a goal, and if we plan for it, we have the support, we have the encouragement, we have the mass, we have the population, and we all have connections everywhere, and this is the time, and this is the best time, because the current councilman is retiring, that seat is vacant, easy, accessible, and if we can work together, we can win together, succeed together, and serve together. Thank you so much for coming.
It was a great speech by our candidate, Mr. Koshy Thomas, and hope everybody got the spirit in the same way as he was passing. And now we have more speakers here. Each and every leader here is ready to speak some few words. And I invite our special guest here, Mrs. Bina Sabababdi, and thank you so much, Binaji, to come over here in this, this great moment to support our dearest Koshy Thomas.
But I'm here as a true supporter of Koshy. Koshy, you spoke very well. There is no need to explain anything for him. All we have to do is support him. We need our voice to be heard at Albany or New York State. So we did with Kevin Thomas. Okay, now it is our turn to elect Koshy Thomas. I know Koshy for many years as a Tamil Sangam. I always call him as Koshy Tamil Sangam because I know him through Prakash Swami. And from that time, he remained the same. I was telling to Ajit, even if we get elected, Koshy is the easiest person to reach out for us. We can explain him our problems. We can get it fixed from him. So he's the right candidate. See, only thing I don't like is too many Indians jumping into the race and facing each other. Instead of that, we should sit down, compromise, and select one candidate who is capable of bringing that, all the Indians out. That's what I feel bad about this race. The same thing happened with Neeta Jain. People wanted her to win, but so many Asians against her. That's why everybody lost. So I don't want to happen that. Definitely, we all have to join together. Help Koshy. It is not Kannada, Tamil, Tuluk, and Konkani or anything, as Indians. That is very important, Koshy. I'm not supporting as your Tamilian or, as Indian, and you're the best suitable candidate. There is no doubt He's very well learned person, and he knows the problem of the community. He's in the community, he's around the community. So that's what. I'll help you, Koshy, making phone calls. Whatever you want to do, we'll help you. Thank you, Koshy. Wish you all the best. I want to see you as the future ODS councilman of District 23. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I invite our dearest friend, Mr. Biju Chako. He's the community leader and the right hand of the Kevin Thomas campaign, and he's going to be the best man for Mr. Koshy Thomas. Please.
It's nice to be here on a wintry evening. Thank you all for joining Koshy's campaign or showing the support to him. So I have a couple of things to say to you and a couple of things to share with you. I'm not a leader per se. I'm just a folk joining in every bandwagon. I'm with FOMA.
Yes.
I'm with WMC, my team here. I'm with the press club as well. So it's good to have everybody here. So like I said, Koshy, you're up against a big race. It's not a small race. So when Kevin ran against Republican opponents. Here you're running against 8 or 9 Democratic opponents, which is the primary. Okay. The bad part about the primary is to win, right? So now the key part is you going door to door and getting people to come and vote for the primary.
Yes.
If you do not get our own people to come and vote in your primary election, the race is tough.
Yes.
Okay. So one of the candidates you're running against is also a good friend of mine, which is Turji.
Oh?
Turji.
Oh, Harpreet.
Harpreet Singh
Yeah.
is my neighbor in East Meadow. So,
Oh, great, okay.
I'm just letting you know. So, but in order for you to do that, our people are not, what do I say, they are not registered in the party lines. In order for you to get the primary vote, you have to be registered with the party, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you're not registered, you cannot vote for the primary. So you have to find out how many Democrats you have, not independent, to get, independent cannot vote for you. They can vote for you in the main election, but not the primary. So you have to get the primary votes to come and vote for you. So I can promise you today, I have a second home here in Queens where my parents live. I can get you about 20 votes from that one block.
Oh, great.
I promise. 20 votes, okay, from our Indian community, Bangladeshi community, and Malayali community. I'll get 20 votes for you. Guaranteed votes on a primary, provided they are registered. Okay, so always then again, the second part becomes money is a factor, right? In order for you to get the hurdles past the money. So we community, that's what I want to suggest to you folks. We community have to support our friends. So like in the state senate, when Kevin ran, every dollar mattered. Meaning, if I give him 100, 100 is what he gets. In Koshy's case, it's different. People from Queens, if you donate 100, it's matched
800.
800, it is matched. So be generous when you contribute it, so his contributions will multiply. In state senate, it cannot be. If you donate from Nassau County, the match won't happen. You're only giving him 100.
So to make it match, what should I do?
You can write 800. That's easy.
Very easy.
Okay, say, first of all, things are going live or recorded. I don't want to make any public statement here. I'll talk to you privately. That is how it is. So, okay, from Nassau County, you're donating to Koshy's campaign. If you donate 100, 150, 200, that is what he gets. Even me, my primary residence is in East Meadow. If I donate whatever, that is what he gets, even though I have a second home here. If my parents donate, yes, this match will be higher. So it's our responsibility for him to win. People living in Belrose, Flower Park, the majority of Malayalis who live and friends from North Indian community, South Asian community, if you reach out to them, you don't have to ask for big donations. Even $50 matters. Your $50 times 8 is what he gets. Okay? So at least we can ask for 100. So those people, if he donates, his funding will be high. So anyway, I know a lot more speakers to come up, so I wish you all the best. My support is there. So before I leave, we are planning for a big Zoom event on February 20th at 11 a.m. It will be partly felicitation for Koshy. So myself and Ajit will be manning the program. Honorable Senator Kevin Thomas will be part of it that day. So please do support Koshy. He has a website, a donation link, which is ActBlue, www.actblue.com/Koshy Thomas or something like that.
No, the website is this.
The website is this. Okay, so you can get away from cash, right? Always.
No, it's all money.
He's not in the community as Cash Koshy. So now he puts a website, $1,000 for all.
That's it. That's
So
it.
he takes, he has the habit of taking New York Lotto when the Mega Million comes.
Koshy will be in trouble. People come to me my $1,000.
So I was wondering that he only sent it to me. So Koshy takes this picture of the Lotto, the ticket, and he emails his 2,000 friends. He says, I'll share 10%. He has a big heart, so we have to support him. Just doing a light humor out there. Anyway, wish you all the best, and I hope our community here, leaders alike, will come and join you and show you support.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am lady of the New York here, Mrs. Lina Marat, the Indian Overseas Congress President, Kerala chapter. Please.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Yeah, today is a happy occasion. We are gathered here to support our dear friend Koshy Thomas for the City Council candidate. As everybody said, Koshy have been in the system for a long time. I mean, from Frank Padawan, and he was the campaign manager of Stanley Kalathara, and with Moshe Dharam, and so he has a lot of experience in this field. So he is the right candidate. As you know, in previous years, a lot of people have ran for the city council, we have seen, but it is a tough race. Like you see how many candidates are running. It's not easy. We have to work so hard, means, the votes count. That's the primary, like a lot of people, don't know about the primary. And so, I am staying in Long Island, but, still we have a lot of friends here in Belrose, Floral Park, and Queens Village, and all these areas are concentration of our Indian community and our own people. So everybody can help Koshy, with their friends and families, call them and check how many people are registered. Like they said, only this is Democratic primary, only those who are registered in the Democratic Party can vote. So I don't know if anybody can register, no more, right?
Yeah, that's all.
That's all. Okay, so so you have to take the list of the. So I think you can get the list early, the list. So then you can see how many Indians are there. Then you can go, from house to house and get the votes. So the main thing is you have to get the list of the registered voters. I mean the Democratic. So you can get the list.
Yes.
And then what you can do, you can divide to the people. Main thing you can divide, that list, to, we have so many people here, 20, 25, how many people. So distribute, those numbers and keep on, calling them or going to their houses. So that way, from grassroots level, then you can, get the votes and he can be a true winner. Because, see, we all have tried, and this is a big race, and this will be a big history, city council. City Council have a big budget, and Koshy will be the first one as the City Council, City Council member. We wish him all the best. He has all the potential. He has done a lot to the community. He has organized a parade here. So he has a lot of contacts in all the communities, all the Indian groups, not only our group, all the Indian groups. So everybody have to, support him. Take this election very serious. Like, we never thought about Senator Kevin Thomas, he will win, but, he made a history. Like the same way, Koshy or Thomas will make a history. Let's hope for the best. Let's all work together. Okay, good luck and best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mr. Philip Madathil, I belongs to KCNA, Kerala Cultural Association of North America, and he is our dearest secretary of KCNA. I invite Mr. Philip Madathil to have a few words for supporting Mr. Koshy.
Koshiയെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ഞാനും കോശിയുമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു 95 തൊട്ട് ഉള്ള ബന്ധമാണ്. എൻ്റെ മോനും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മോളും ഒരേ സ്കൂളിൽ പഠിച്ചു വന്ന് തുടങ്ങിയ ബന്ധമാണ് ഞാൻ കോശിയിൽ. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൽ കണ്ട അന്ന് തൊട്ട് കാണുന്ന ഒരു പ്രത്യേകത, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ജനങ്ങളെ സേവിക്കണം, ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവരെ എങ്ങനെ സഹായിക്കണം എന്നുള്ള ഒരാശയമാണ് അദ്ദേഹം വന്ന മുതലേ ഞാൻ ഈ കോശിയിൽ കണ്ടുവരുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് പല കാര്യങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാറുണ്ട്. ഇന്ന് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഈ ഒരു പൊസിഷനിൽ മത്സരിക്കുന്നതിന് അവസരം കിട്ടി, അത് നല്ല കാര്യമാണ്. ആദ്യമേ തന്നെ ഞാൻ എല്ലാ ആശംസകളും അതിനെ നേരുകയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം താക്കറാൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ഒരാളിൻ്റെ കൂടെ നിന്നപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ അദ്ദേഹത്തെ നിരുത്സാഹപ്പെടുത്തി ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴും ഓർക്കുന്നു. കാരണം ഞാനന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു നമുക്ക് സമയമായിട്ടില്ല ഒരു ഇന്ത്യക്കാരനെ മത്സരിക്കാൻ, ഓർക്കുന്നു നിയമം പറഞ്ഞു. അപ്പം അന്ന് തൊട്ടേ കോശി ഇങ്ങനെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചു വരികയാണ്. ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാനുള്ളത്, ഞാനിവിടെ കാണുന്നത് കോശിയുടെ വോട്ടേഴ്സൊക്കെ ഞാൻ മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. ബാക്കിയുള്ളവരെല്ലാം യോങ്ങല്ലി എന്നുള്ളവരാണ്. ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ കോശി വിളിച്ചപ്പോൾ എന്നെ വിളിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ഇവിടെയുള്ള ആൾക്കാരെ സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ് കൂടുന്നതാണ് ഉചിതം എന്ന് ഞാൻ കോശിയോട് സൂചിപ്പിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. നിർഭാഗ്യവശാൽ ഞാൻ ആരെയും കാണുന്നില്ല. എൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് എൻ്റെയും ഭാര്യയുടെയും മോൻ്റെയും 3 വോട്ട് ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും കോശിസാറിന് തന്നെയാണ്. കാരണം എനിക്ക് ഈ മത്സരിക്കുന്നതിൽ 1-2 പേര് ഞാനുമായിട്ടും എൻ്റെ പയ്യനുമായിട്ടൊക്കെ ബന്ധമുള്ളവരാണ്. പയ്യനെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ് കൺവിൻസ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ് കോശിക്ക് വേണ്ടി. അപ്പോൾ എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് എൻ്റെ ഫാമിലിയിൽപ്പെട്ടവർ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ ഒരു 10-30 വോട്ടുണ്ട്. കോശിക്കുമൊക്കെ എല്ലാവരും അറിയാവുന്നവരാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ള എല്ലാ സപ്പോർട്ടും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. പക്ഷേ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്, ഇവിടെയുള്ള ഈ ഫ്ലോർ പാർക്ക് എനിക്കറിയാം, കോശിക്കും അറിയാം, ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പരസ്പരം അറിയാവുന്ന, ഇവിടെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയുമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ വിളിച്ചാൽ വോട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആരെയും ഞാനിവിടെ കാണുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അത് കോശിയുടെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ള ഒരു പോരായ്മയായിട്ട് മാത്രമാണ് ഞാൻ കാണുന്നത്. അത് ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ അദ്ദേഹത്തോട് സൂചിപ്പിക്കുകയും ചെയ്തു. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഈ ഫോട്ടോ എടുത്ത് ഫോട്ടോ സെഷൻ നടത്തി TV കൂടെ എൻ്റെ പേര് വന്നിട്ട് എനിക്കൊന്നും നേടാനില്ല. അപ്പം അതിലൊക്കെ ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഫോട്ടോ സെഷൻ ഒന്നുമല്ല. കോശിക്ക് ഇപ്പം പ്രൈമറിയിൽ ഞാൻ ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ഒത്തിരി ഇവിടുത്തുകാരും ഒക്കെ ആയിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇലക്ഷൻ്റെ സമയത്ത് കോശിക്കും അറിയാം. ബെണീസകളുടെ മോളിൽ നിന്നപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ റിബേക്കയുടെ കൂടെ നിന്ന ആളാണ്. അപ്പം അന്ന് തൊട്ടേ കോശിക്ക് പറയാം ഞങ്ങൾ തമ്മിലൊരു ബന്ധം ഈ പൊളിറ്റിക്സിൻ്റെ അകത്തുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ പൊളിറ്റിക്സിൽ ഇപ്പം തന്നെ പഞ്ചാബികൾ 4 പേര് നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ മലയാളി കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽ എല്ലാവരും കൂടി ആഞ്ഞു പിടിച്ചാൽ കോശിക്ക് ജയിക്കാൻ സാധ്യത ഞാൻ കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാർ എത്ര പേര് ഇറങ്ങും എന്നുള്ളതിനെ പറ്റി നമ്മൾ ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ കോശിയുമായിട്ട് സംസാരിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചു വോട്ടേഴ്സ് ലിസ്റ്റ് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞു എടുക്കാം. എൻ്റെ ഒരു 10 വർഷം മുമ്പുള്ള ഒരു വോട്ടർ ലിസ്റ്റ് ഇവിടെ മത്സരിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഉള്ള ഒരു വോട്ടർ ലിസ്റ്റ് എൻ്റെ കയ്യിലുണ്ട്. അപ്പം നമുക്ക് അത് എടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് അതിൽ നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരെ തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്ത് അവരെ വിളിക്കുകയും അവരെ ഇതിന് പോകാൻ വോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പ്രൈമറിയിൽ വോട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പോവുകയും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ രക്ഷപ്പെടൂ എന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ വിശ്വാസം. കാരണം പഞ്ചാബികൾ അവരൊറ്റക്കെട്ടായിട്ട് ഇറങ്ങും. അതിനോദാ അവർ തന്നെ 3 പേരുണ്ട്. ഒരു പെങ്കൊച്ച് 22 വയസ്സുള്ള ഒരു പെങ്കൊച്ച് നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ടെന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ പയ്യൻ പറഞ്ഞ് ഞാൻ അറിയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അവരെ ഇവിടുത്തെ ബേണീസിൻ്റെ മോള് വിളിച്ച് അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി റെക്കമെൻഡ് ചെയ്തൊക്കെ വെച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതാണ് അവിടുത്തെ സിസ്റ്റം നടക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം ഞാൻ അവനോട് പറഞ്ഞു അവരെ അറിയാൻ കോശി അവരെ വിളിക്കുകയും ജോലി ചെയ്യാണ്ട് വരാതെ. അപ്പം അതാണ് ഇവിടെ നടക്കുന്ന സംഭവങ്ങൾ. നമ്മളെ കൊണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് കോശി പ്രൈമറി ജയിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്താലേ മതിയാവും. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഈസി. അപ്പം അതിന് വേണ്ട കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുക. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ കേരള കൾച്ചറൽ അസോസിയേഷൻ സെക്രട്ടറിയാണ്. അവിടെ വന്ന് എല്ലാവരും ഇവിടെ തന്നെ താമസിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. ഈ ഫ്ലോർ പാർക്ക് ഈ കോശിയുടെ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിൽ താമസിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാരാണ് അവിടുത്തെ കൂടിയ മെമ്പേഴ്സ്. അപ്പം അവിടെ ഞാൻ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാം, കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കേരള സമാജം എൻ്റെ പകുതി മെമ്പേഴ്സ് ഇവിടെ താമസിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. ചർച്ചസ് കോശിക്കറിയാവുന്ന ചർച്ച് ജാക്സണൈസ് ചർച്ച് ഒരു 80% പീപ്പിൾ ഇവിടെ ഫ്ലോർ പാർക്കിൽ താമസിക്കുന്നവരാണ്. സേവില്ല് ചർച്ച് സെയിം തിങ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇവരെയൊക്കെ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെയുള്ള ആൾക്കാരെ നമ്മൾ ക്രോഡീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു സംവിധാനം നടത്തിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഹാർഡ്. അതിന് സംശയമില്ലാത്ത കാര്യമാണ്. വിഷ് യു ഓൾ ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് കോശി. യു ആർ മൈ ബെസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രണ്ട്. നോ പ്രോബ്ലം. ഓൾ ദ ബെസ്റ്റ് അഗൈൻ.
I invite Mr. Dinsel George, the NAIMA president, for giving a few words, please.
I'm so delighted to be here this evening. As you all know, we are here to support Koshy Thomas, whom I dearly call him as a child. And I have associated with him recently, with a little more closer these days, ever since I also became part of Floral Park Indian Merchant Association committee. And I know Veena ji, she remember me, and Ms. Leela Marriott. We are all delighted, and everyone here are delighted to support you. I did not come here to give you any words of encouragement in per se that my words of advice, but I see so many have given you some advice. So one piece of little advice from a person that I would like to give you is, when we offer too many things to the public, they are going to wait on you to give that promise back to them. So my advice to everyone is that limit your promises, but keep those promises. I can offer a list of things, like 20 things here, and if I cannot bring it into futile, it's worthless. So I would always encourage anyone who is running to make your promises short, but make it sweet and acceptable to the community, so that they will remember that you have delivered it to them. That's just a piece of advice, but at the same time I want all of us to support, like Philip Achan just mentioned, that it is not too many from Floral Park here, but here, wherever we are from, we are here to support you. So I hope, wish you all the best, and I wish you a success in this coming primary that you are going to hold. Whether there are 9 or 10 candidates, it is all depending upon our people supporting you. So one thing that we have to get is, like everyone has mentioned, Ajit and mentioned, Biju has very clearly pointed out, that it is our people who have to really come out from this neighborhood to support you. And I hope we will be able to achieve that. Wish you once again the best, because we have seen so many people, so many presidents also giving so many promises, and people have held him accountable because they were not able to deliver it. So once again, I would always, I want to wish the best to you, but at the same time, the promises that we give, make it a promise that we are going to deliver it. Otherwise, it is not worth it. God bless you. Wish you all the best.
Now, since Denzel mentioned, make a promise which you can definitely deliver. Okay? In this situation, in this context, I have to say why I'm running. Okay? Even though, if I win, which I'm going to win, I have that confidence, because I've been waiting so long. I actually passed out so many opportunities. I didn't step up. But now, let me tell you the reasons how I'm going to win and what I'm going to do. Okay? The main thing is, right now, because of the COVID and the economy, the main work or the agenda is to stimulate the economy. Okay? I'm a very small guy to talk about stimulating New York City economy, right? But when you have a popular suggestion, when you have a popular idea, that popular idea will be endorsed, will be endorsed with the rest of the crowd. Okay? Now, stimulating economy right now, federal government is giving up to $1,400 for every individual. Okay? It started with $600, and before $600 they were saying, this is not even going to come out because of the current previous situation. Okay, now, what I'm saying is only three items, not many, only 3 items. One, in order to stimulate the economy, you have to make sure that New York City residents shop in New York City. New York City residents should shop in New York City. Then automatically the New York City businesses will boom, come up, and with that the economy is going to turn. Okay. Now for that, what should be done? The city should give. This is what my proposal is. The city should give tax exemption for the products sold in the city. Okay, so people will, even from the other county, they will come back, because if you look at Manhattan, it's like deserted. It's actually, no activities. So if you do that, people are going to come back. Okay. Now, next agenda is, when I bought the house, the property tax was $3,300. Okay? Right now, at least 40% of people are having trouble in making the payments. They lost the job, or they are furloughed, they are actually, getting very low income. With that, they're not able to make, there's so many things taken care of, should be taken care of, but because of the tax hike, the every month budget is actually beyond the limit. So what I'm suggesting is the city should exempt or tax credit or tax rebate at least $1,000 on every single homeowners. Okay? Not for many years. I'm saying is, I'm going to fight for is, do it at least for 2 years. $1,000 per year per homeowner, it's not a big money, because billions of dollars printed out, and they are giving it out to the people. That's, they're extending. So this should be another part of it. The third item is the businesses, the local businesses, they should get tax exemption or tax credit at least $2,000. So that way, these closed out stores, they can open up. These are the three things. Other than that, we have, we need more transportation, and we need more facility for the school. All those things are in mind. But these are the three things. I believe if we do this three things, the economy can come back. It can stimulate. It can bring in more jobs. So the thing is, when people are getting, the businesses coming up, you get many other activities, and it will come up. Okay. Now I'm going to cut short here. I will come back with more ideas. I have so many other things, but I want to request Mr. Mathukutti Isho. He came. I know he came out from a doctor's appointment, so let me invite Mathukutti. Mathukutti is actually one of the very successful person, even from back home and even here. His involvement into so many activities is really the most beneficial activity for the community. So let me request Mathukutti Isho to say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, leaders of the community, my dear friend Koshy.
Thank you.
And thank you for this opportunity to just address you. And in fact, we are living in a place, a home away from our homeland. And we are in a community where our voices are not heard in the right place. So we need some representative to represent us, to send our voices to the places where the authorities have to take some decisions. Our community is not utilizing any of the benefits that the government is or the city is providing. Most of the other communities, they are utilizing the benefits. So just like Koshy told, there are so many issues in our community. So when we are not representing them, our representative is not there, they will not be heard. So they don't know what is our strength of the community. In Malayalam, we have a saying, "Karayinda ujine paalullu." Unless we cry, we don't get anything. So we have to cry, we have to represent ourselves. So I think the Koshy is the right person for representing all of us, our community. In fact, most of these people gathered here, we are not voters for him. Our vote will not go for him. But what we can do, we can support him. from as well of financially we can support. And Koshy, can you take the list of these people and give some assignments for them, so that you can take the list of the voters,
Yes.
and give some 10 or 15 sheets, or some 100 people each. Yeah, let them call each, divide it and give them, let them call all the people they can call, to contact or phone and just request about it. Also now social media is a great thing. So we can propagate through social media, WhatsApp messages like that. So we have to communicate to our community that Koshy is running for this one, and we have to support him. And I represent the Indo-American Press Club, it's a media organization, and I'm the board secretary for that. So as a media person, we can do another type of support in that way also. So I endorse Koshy and support Koshy for all this. I don't know what here. I know Koshy only for the last 4 or 5 years, because I am new here in America, because I came in 2015, just 6 years like that. So
regarding that, I want something to say, because I was calling for Dr. Neeta Jain. It was a bit late, so if you are going to give the list, you should give as soon as you can.
Yeah.
I might have made like 500 phone calls, but every person, oh, somebody else called me, okay, that person. Like that, you should reach out to the people before someone else does.
yeah, that's how we can support. We are outside the jurisdiction of this election, of this voting, but we can do from outside. We contact our friends, like Biju told, his friends are here, he ushered about 20 votes, and Philip Madathi ushered 30 votes. Like that, we can encourage the people. So unless we educate our community, they don't really come to know. So that is how the way how we can support him. And financially we can support and give maximum. Now WhatsApp messages are there, send WhatsApp messages, and just educate and encourage the people to come and vote the day on June 22nd.
June 22nd.
June 22nd. We have to propagate right now, because it's a time for only 3 months are left. So we have to act, give the support to Mr. Koshy. And I wish you all the best, Koshy. I'm happy that you represent us. You represent us, and you will win.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before I go to Mr. Abraham Pudisheru, he was a former president of Kerala Cultural Association and the Malayalam school principal, and a great community leader. Please.
Good evening, everybody. I know Koshy, whenever I see Koshy, he is involved in the public, mainly from the India and World Malayali Association, and so far items. And I think he's the apt person. He is the person to take that job, to hear our complaints, and to our complaints and regards to the authority, I mean the city. He is the person. We have one Honorable Kevin Thomas to complain in the state. Now we got I hope now we got another person for our complaint in the New York City. That is Mr. Koshy Thomas. I am not taking too much time. This is the time to work together, unite together, and win together. That is our motto. You have to work. I personally cannot vote because I am in Long Island. But I got some influence on some people whom I know. I can influence them, or I can make them vote for Koshy. That's all I can do. And this time I am supporting Mr. Koshy, myself, and on behalf of Maharaja, Maharani, and thanks to Kochi. Thank you.
Everybody was telling one thing, especially apart from what we giving the donation as just dollars. This is a great idea to sponsor votes, like 20 votes, 25 votes, whoever you can bring in to enroll people into from our community. Mr. Philip Madathil, Mr. Mathukudish, everybody, Mr. Biju, everybody was saying the same thing, and also did so. So that is the main thing we should focus. Money can run certain things, but your influence, your word to mouth, have a great value to bring him into the scene. So So at this time, I wanted to invite Mr. Kunju Mariam. He was the former RVP, Regional Vice President for the FOMA, and please have some words.
I'm so happy that I'm also a part of this meeting. I know Koshy for so many years, and I know he's a people person. We have a good relationship with all the Indian community, not just a Malayali community, all the Indian community. And if you all work together, definitely he will be the next councilman for District 23. And I know we have so many connections here. I'm living in Nassau County, but I have friends and relatives, so I will work all my best for his election campaign and everything. And if you all work together, again, that's the only one thing I can say. If you work together, he will be the next councilman. And I'm offering all my support, whatever I can do, and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
So I invite Mr. Matthew Thomas, Long Island Malayali Association President, right? And also he's a Democratic Party leader, and plus human rights.
He's a community
board member. Yes.
I'll share. I am representing right now with Indian American Malayali Association. When I heard Mr. Koshy is standing for the City Council, I know it's a big job. So we are proud of that he is running, because it's a challenge nobody will take. I am a community board member. When you see a community board member, every month you have to go there, sit there for 4 hours. It's a must. You must be there. There is 42 people from the community in this area will come there. These issues, wherever you see bar permit or anything, we will know first. An example, even the stadium coming up. So point is that City Council is a big job, as I said. They control this board also. So that kind of. So City Council Bali is right now current Bali. So it is Mr. Koshy will do the best. I know he can do a lot of job, especially everybody knows Koshy. Let me put it this way. Either Thomas, last name Thomas, right? It comes Thomas. Yes. Yeah. Everybody knows. We respect him. I know he will do the best job. No doubt. Congratulations.
And that is a definite vote.
And also, as we said, the common thing in Kevin Thomas and Koshy Thomas is that the K and the Thomas is common. So there's a more probability chance.
So many similarities, right?
Similarities.
That's a winning sign.
That's a winning sign. Okay. So, wanted to invite our favorite leader, Mrs. Neelam Abukutan and Mr. Abukutan, whoever places to talk. WMC leader and also Nurses Association leader and a very great community leader, very loving person.
Yeah. Ebramji, say a few words. Thank you.
I know Koshy ji for a long time. As you said, we are related. Just playing the relationship, I think we had to go from Adam and Eve. So anyway, we are best friends, and he called.
All the great speakers were spoken very well about Koshy ji. Nothing left for me to talk. These are some points I wanted to talk, but you guys have taken my points, so I don't have to repeat. I met Koshy ji on of the World Malayali meeting 5 years ago. The first, that site itself, I knew he's going to be a future senator or councilman or something, he's going to become. In the way he spoke, very diplomatic way, very humble and simple way, and very touching way. He is not a talker, but he is a doer. I came to know when I was working with him in F. Bima. Every meeting, he is there. Before, usually somebody gives me time to be there, I am 5 minutes early there. In that. But Koshy ji was before me. So I said that Koshy is very punctual, very honest with the time, And since then I came to know in the way he worked for FBMA that parade. 4 times we had the parade those days. He is not a talker, he's a doer. So when I came to know that he's going for New York City Councilman, I said, my God, that dream has come true. So my husband and myself, we are the only 2 people in my home. With all our energy, we will help him, support him in the way we can. Koshy ji, you can give us some list, whom to call, give us the address, whose house we have to visit. We will go and knock the door. Doesn't matter, I think in this group, we both of us are the oldest people, but doesn't matter. In the ages are, numbers are just, that's only numbers. So it doesn't matter. We will go and try to knock the door, get the people as much as.
Let me tell you one thing. Knock the door at this time is not a good idea. A lot of people don't like that.
See, that is why you have to call them first.
Yeah.
You have to get the appointment. Okay. So anyway, with all the prayers and best wishes, you will be our New York City Council. Council. 23rd district. Okay. So
Renji is his pet name. So we are together for a long time, and as he said, involved with his FBMA, World Malayali Association, a lot of things, all the World Malayali Association people are here. I'm the chairman of the World Malayali Association of New York Province, and he is our chairman for a long time, and then now he is moved up to the America region, so he is the co-chairman for the World Malayali Association. So our full support is there, just like Matthew Thomas, I called him, Babu. We are the real Belrose for our park area residents. So our votes are there, and I have the connection with North Belrose Civic Association. I'm the secretary for that, and I'm also our church is in Queens Village. I'm the vice president for the church. So we can work together. Only the thing is, I think so far I have got 3 flyers from the candidates. I was late today, I'm sorry for that. When I came in, when I was parking the car in the driveway, there was somebody putting on the flyer. That's the North Indian young lady, I saw her name, I forgot her name. So that's the last one. So 3rd flyers, we got it all. So we need to work fast. So those who are not in New York City residents, so we can work in many other ways. As Biju said, though Biju is in East Meadow, his parents are actually my in-laws. That's my Biju is my son-in-law's brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's what I said. So you all can do whatever you can, and whatever financial help we are ready to support. But more than that, as we said, we need to work together. We need to start working now. So even though we are not knocking on the door, we can put the flyers. So that's the most important thing we need to do. So our full support is there. I wholeheartedly support Koshy ji. As Lina said, at the first sight we know that he's a people's person. Somebody else said the same word. He's a people's person. So he'll be there for the people. So we fully support him, and through all the connections which North Belrose Civic Association, from the church, and from FBMA, whatever we can do, World Malayali Association, all these things we will work together and make sure that Koshy ji is one for us for the New York City Council. And may God bless you. God bless all the leaders here, all those who are coming here to support Koshy ji. I really appreciate all of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me summarize. I want to clear up all the confusions. Okay? What I believe is it's going to be very simple. Very simple. Now, even though most of you live in Long Island, some of you live here. Now, Long Island, from there, you know at least 10 or 20 people living in this neighborhood. So you just call them on a personal level. That is going to bring folks. Okay. Now, apart from this, we're going to come out in the whichever way, in the advertisement, and also in the Zoom meeting. So if you know 20 people, please arrange a Zoom meeting. Tomorrow, Sabhavati ji, she's arranging a Zoom meeting 11 o'clock with all the, mostly it's going to be North Indian ladies. Right, and we all can come in tomorrow. I'll send you the link. And, so likewise, if we can arrange Zoom meetings, okay, that's going to be the biggest way to reach out. Now, let me tell you the ratio, what I said before. Totally, we have 65% Asian Americans. 65, okay? So that means is we are now majority, okay? Minority is becoming majority. And this neighborhood, this area is built by us. When I moved in 25 years ago, the street was not like this. We lived here. We shopped here. We went to the school here. Okay, we assembled here. And whatever effort we did, we paid for whatever, and the company and the business, everything has grown. This is because our effort, directly or indirectly. So, having what I can say, improved or developed this neighborhood, now we are majority here. And with that, we can definitely build up more contacts, and with that contact, we can definitely win. Because let me tell you, out of that 65, we have almost 10% Asian Americans, which is Chinese Americans. Okay, and then Indian or Asian Americans, we have 55. And along with us, we have Afro-Americans, Bangladeshi Americans, Pakistani Americans, Spanish Americans, and Haitian Americans. These friends, luckily I have personal contact with them because I started my career, my business on Jamaica Avenue and 214th Street. Okay, there I used to hang out with them, have lunch with them, be part of their family, and so I have good friends in Queens Village area, Hollis area, and then Oakland Gardens area, Glen Oaks, Douglaston. So these neighborhoods, I have almost, I have stepped into every single street. It was for my business purpose, but I have built up that relationship from business to my personal friendship. I have 2,000 numbers in my WhatsApp. So whatever I want to communicate, I've been communicating, and I'm in their good books. I never had any scratch. Sometimes people, we all have some difference of opinion, but I slowly go and tell them, listen, if I made something wrong, please pardon me. This is me. I don't want to keep any enmity with anybody. So that approach, people like it, and with that, we can build more rapport and we can definitely win. All right, now there's not many other things, but it's getting late. Now we're going to form a WhatsApp group. We can communicate together and we can, get things moving, and we're going to win together. Any other suggestions? You can always call me, text me. We'll be in touch. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Especially when Koshy was saying, as well as other speakers like Mr. Varghese Abraham, everybody's speaking. One thing we may need to focus more is to act fast. Yeah. Because when Koshy is saying all this, of course, he is very confident about the friendships and all these relationships and the good things what he has did for the community. But here, the first point we need to strike is to how to reach out to that primary voters. Who are those? And reach them out. As Mr. Varghese Abraham said, he has already received 3 flyers. We are late in the game. Just wanted to make sure that we should have a step of action to be followed and to have acted on time and with all the immediate effect. So that's something which is the summary which I have taken, and of course you have written a lot, so we need to move faster. That's the main thing we need to follow, I think.
Hi, my name is Koshy O. Thomas. I'm actually a candidate from New York City Council District 23, which is eastern part of Queens. The towns in this district are Floral Park, Belrose, Queens Village, Douglaston, Oakland Gardens, and Bayside Hills, and also the adjacent district from 188th Street to 267th Street, and from Jamaica Avenue to Northern Boulevard. It's a great opportunity that one of us can represent this district, and we can bring this district a little more unified and also stimulate the economy to bring people into more success. The first thing we have to do is unify our friends. That's why I have the slogan, United for Peace and Prosperity. Once when you have unity, peace will follow and prosperity will follow. There are three main agenda or items to be discussed. One is, because of this COVID and the economy slowing down, we have to initiate three major agendas to stimulate the economy. One is, we have to give tax, we have to exempt sales tax for New York City shoppers. What I mean by that is, we have to give tax exemption for the people who are shopping and living in New York City. Two is, because of the economic problem we all have, we have to give a tax credit for the homeowners in this 5 boroughs. Tax credit on the property tax is a must, because there's a lot of people having very low income now, having real problem. Before they become into a stage where you cannot help them out, we have to help them now by giving a tax credit, at least for 1 or 2 years, to stimulate the economy. The third thing what we have to do is, we have to give tax credit for small business owners up to $2,000. That's why I came up with this a domain, $1,000forall.com. This $1,000forall.com is going to explain, elaborate all the stimulative actions we can include, and with that we can catch up. Of course, along with that, we have to do a better transportation, better school operations, a better healthcare, and also better environment. Those are the things we are progressing. I'm sure we're going to catch up and we're going to do something better. So I request each and every one of you, on June 22nd, vote for Koshy Thomas from District 23, New York City Council District 23. Please come together, unify together, let's grow together. We will succeed together to serve the community. Thank you all. Have a nice one. Bye-bye. നമസ്കാരം, എൻ്റെ പേര് കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസ്. ഞാനിവിടെ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23 ഈസ്റ്റേൺ ക്വീൻസിൽ നിന്ന് മത്സരിക്കുന്നു. ഡെമോക്രാറ്റിക് പാർട്ടി പ്രൈമറി ഇലക്ഷനിൽ ഒരു കാൻഡിഡേറ്റായിട്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഏവരുടെയും സഹകരണവും സപ്പോർട്ടും ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾ ഏവരും സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്താൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ കൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനെ എല്ലാവരെയും വിളിച്ച് ഓർപ്പിച്ചാൽ ജൂൺ 22 നമുക്കൊരു 3000 വോട്ട് കിട്ടിയാൽ നമ്മൾ ഡെഫിനറ്റായിട്ട് വിജയിക്കും. ഇതിനകത്ത് ഒത്തിരി കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്. പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട 3 വിഷയങ്ങൾ. ഒന്ന്, നമുക്ക് ഈ എക്കോണമി സ്റ്റിമുലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. ചെറിയ തോതിലെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഈ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി ഷോപ്പേഴ്സ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ്, അതാണ് എൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രപ്പോസൽ. ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റിയിൽ ഷോപ്പിംഗ് ചെയ്യുന്നവർക്ക് ടാക്സ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ്, അത് ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റിയിൽ ഞാൻ ഫൈറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് എടുത്തിരിക്കും. 2, നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടെ ഉള്ള ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി 5 ബോറോസിലുള്ള പ്രോപ്പർട്ടിക്ക് 1000 രൂപയെങ്കിലും ഇയർലി ടാക്സ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ് കിട്ടണം. അത് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ പ്രപ്പോസലിൽ വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. 3, ഇവിടുത്തെ ബിസിനസ്സുകാർ, സ്മോൾ ബിസിനസ്, അവർക്ക് $2000 ഒരു ടാക്സ് ക്രെഡിറ്റ് കിട്ടണം. ഇങ്ങനെ 3 പദ്ധതികളാണ്. അത് അല്ലാതെ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ ബെറ്റർ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ, ബെറ്റർ സ്കൂൾ സിസ്റ്റം, ബെറ്റർ ഹെൽത്ത് കെയർ, അങ്ങനെ പല കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ കൂടെ തന്നെ ഇത് 3 പ്രധാന വിഷയങ്ങളായിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ മുൻവെച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അങ്ങനെ ഇത് വളരെ ആവശ്യമുള്ള അജൻഡാസാണ്. ഇത് ബേസ് ചെയ്ത് നമുക്ക് ഡെഫിനറ്റായിട്ട് വിജയിക്കും എന്ന ഉറപ്പ് എനിക്കുണ്ട്. എൻ്റെ കൂടെ നിൽക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും അതുണ്ട്. നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ഒന്നിച്ച് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ ഈസിയായിട്ട് ഒരു 3000 വോട്ട് കിട്ടിയാൽ നമ്മൾ വിജയിച്ചിരിക്കും. വിജയത്തിൻ്റെ എന്നാ പറയുന്ന വാർത്തകളോടെ നിങ്ങളേവരെയും ഞാൻ വന്ന് കാണുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു പാർട്ടി, ഒരു ഗെറ്റ് ടുഗെദർ, അതിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളേവരെയും ഇപ്പം തന്നെ ക്ഷണിക്കുകയാണ്. താങ്ക് യു. ഹലോ, നമസ്കാരം. എൻ്റെ പേര് കോശി ഉമ്മൻ തോമസ്. ഞാനിവിടെ ന്യൂയോർക്ക് സിറ്റി കൗൺസിൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്ട് 23 ഈസ്റ്റേൺ ക്വീൻസിൽ നിന്ന് ഇവിടുത്തെ ഡെമോക്രാറ്റിക് പാർട്ടി പ്രൈമറി ഇലക്ഷന് വേണ്ടി മത്സരിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഏവരുടെയും സഹകരണവും സഹായവും അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. ഇവിടെ ഈ വരുന്ന ജൂൺ 22 പോളിംഗ്. നിങ്ങളേവരും നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാവുന്ന എല്ലാ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെയും, ഈ ഡിസ്ട്രിക്റ്റിൽ താമസിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെയും വിളിച്ചിട്ട് അവർ കോശി ഒ തോമസിന് വേണ്ടി വോട്ട് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ള അഭ്യർത്ഥന. നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടിയത് 3000 വോട്ടാണ്. ആ 3000 വോട്ട് കിട്ടിയാൽ നമ്മൾ വിജയിച്ചിരിക്കും. ആ വിജയത്തിൽ കൂടെ നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും വന്ന് കാണുന്നതായിരിക്കും. നമുക്ക് ഒരു വിജയത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു പാർട്ടി, ഒരു ഗെറ്റ് ടുഗെദർ നമ്മൾ നടത്തുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അതിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ ഏവരെയും ഇപ്പം തന്നെ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം. Hi, my name is Koshy Thomas. I'm very glad to see you all and talk to you through this media. My request here is, please vote for Koshy Thomas on this coming June 22nd in the primary election for the Democratic Party. And there are 3 agendas which I am putting forth. One is actually to stimulate the economy. We have to give New York City shoppers tax credit. 2 is New York City homeowners tax credit. Then also New York City small business owners tax credit. So starting from $1,000 up to $2,000, I'm actually putting forth, I'm going to fight for this tax credit to stimulate economy. Let's grow together, let's help together, let's serve together. So June 22nd, please vote for Koshy O Thomas from New York City Council District 23. Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Koshy O Thomas. I'm contesting from New York City Council District 23 Eastern Queens. My agenda here, my request here is to get the tax credit for New York City shoppers, tax credit for homeowners and small business owners. For more information, please log on to $1,000forall.com and my telephone number 347-867-1200. election is on June 22nd, and this is 3 major agenda or item what I said. Tax credit for New York City shoppers to boost the economy, tax credit for homeowners in New York City, and also tax credit for the small business owners. If these 3 things are taken care, we are definitely going to win. We're going to have a very better economy. When we have a better stimulated economy, everything is going to come back. New York economy is going to come back. We all will prosper together. Let's serve together. Thank you so much. See you all on June 22nd. And after that, let's all assemble for a get-together victory party, June 22nd, evening 6 p.m. Place will be announced very soon. Thank you.